Hello everybody, welcome to the next video. This video is going to be on watching Showmaker, who is currently the highest ranking mid laner inside Korea. He's currently rank 7. There's nobody above him that plays mid, so could be considered the rank 1 mid laner inside of Korea. We're going to be looking over a Syndra game of his to see what he does better than other players. And fortunately this is a replay, so I can go over it with actually moving stuff. I actually want to have the Fog of War on. You guys can let me know if you think that it actually should be better to change it, but it's always nice being able to look at what they would be able to see. Unfortunately, the pinging is going to be a little bit annoying just because, unfortunately, you can see both pings. So, I might even turn that down, to be honest. I'll just turn it off for now, so there's no pinging, because there's going to be a ton, since you're able to hear both sides. But yeah, we're playing Syndra versus Nico, and let's remove the time controls. It's not really necessary. He started with the Doran start, has Cleanse, they have a Thresh, they have a Nico, they have a Fiddlesticks. These all three, if you get CC'd by them, you can almost get 100 zeroed by quite a few of them. So that's just something to take when you're versus lots of crowd control. If I quickly glance at his gameplay, he mostly takes... Yeah, he takes TP when he's not versus crowd control. So he does take TP depending on who he's versing. We saw Nico, level 1 by the way, back here. She used her W, so Showmaker actually knows that she has W here, so that's the reason why he's able to pressure so hard just walking up at her. Basically, I'm going to look at all the micro movement, looks for a Q, misses it, just plays kind of far back looking for CS. Q is on such a low cooldown that you can step up a lot, so we're going to see him step up a lot for this. Nico uses her W here and looks for a trade, looking for a W auto attack, which actually chunks quite hard. And he immediately walks forward to trade back and gets an auto attack off. Make sure that you're using your auto attacks versus players. We'll look at it once again. I know it's really, really small, and honestly, looking at a replay for something so small like a auto attack isn't... You'd think that it's not that important, but when you're trying to play at the highest level, every single trade really matters. So here, he gets the auto attack off as he's autoing, and that's really important. You can't just run away, and you can't just Q. You want to get off both, and in this case, he was able to get off both. Just standard CSing gameplay here. When Nico has her W prepped, she like shines a little bit or whatever. That's why he's running away here. She's also BMing him a little bit. As soon as she uses it, you can see that he immediately steps back up, by the way. Immediately, he steps back up to try to pressure when her W is down. I mean, this is just standard trading. When somebody has their threat that suddenly disappears, then you should step up towards them. He reaches level 2 here, wants to trade because he had level 2, messes it up. Now, that is an important thing we're going to be going over. I looked over this replay a little bit already. The way that he trades using his E is really important, and it's something that I guess only the best Syndras do, and it's something that also can make it so trading is more effective, but we'll go over it in a bit. So the trade just happened, and he used his cooldowns, right? And the cooldowns are down. That's why Nico is hard stepping up here, looking for this auto attack on him, and she actually walks into his Q here, and you can see that he's still running away, because he knows that he just used another cooldown. With the cooldowns being down, there's no reason to step up yet, but as soon as the cooldown is starting to come basically back up, he steps back forward towards this guy. So he gets off his trade that he wanted, but now he's in a scenario where Syndra can chase him down all the way as well. Looks for an auto attack, gets a Q off, gets another auto attack off. So that trade was actually extremely favorable for Syndra because this Nico was overstepping so hard for that one auto attack that Syndra was able to get a free Q off and then waited for her next Q to almost be available for trading back. This is what I've talked about inside the previous Fizz video, where like you can begin a trade as your cooldowns are starting to come back up. It doesn't need to be right when they come back up, but when you know that they're coming back up and get something good from it. Although she is, yeah, actually she did use Q there, never mind. For some reason I didn't notice that. Q was used here. She steps up once again. Remember, this is because mostly of the Q. So throws down this and procs her nullifying orbs. That's absolutely massive for this guy. Reaches level 3, hard pressuring now, right? She's trying to zone the Nico away from these creeps because she's level 3. If Nico steps up, she not only has no cooldowns here, which this guy knows. He's literally one of the best players, right? He knows that's down, but he also has level advantage, and he's trying to get as much of a lead as possible. Now, let's go over this trade real fast to explain it. I'll go slow motion here as soon as we get back to that point. Okay. So Nico reaches level 3, a trade is going to happen. There's an EQ trick with Syndra where you press E first, and as the E goes off, you throw out your Q at about the range of the E, like right at the edge of it. And firstly, it's going to push them back. This is a pushback. So it's going to push them, and you want to push them into your Q. And then the thing is, a Q can't stun until it spawns. So what happens is they get pushed and then it spawns, and then it has a delay effect. So the Q actually, as it's spawning, if it gets hit by an E, it will then stun afterwards. So it actually CCs them longer, but also I guess it is a easier trade if you're really good at knowing where the E is going to knock the person into. So he got a extremely good trade there by knocking her into the Q and just chunking her out. So he did that the other time and failed it, but we saw that 2 times so far when he's used his E, he's done this. Okay, so he does like doing the EQ trick. Back to normal CSing. Is he going to pressure on this cannon? Yep, you see, every single time, dude, every single time that somebody's going to be going for any creep that's getting low, you want to play aggressive depending on what champion you are. Obviously, if you're playing Kassadin, and it's completely different than this, but when you're playing something like Mage versus Mage mid lane, then you're going to need to do this. Punishing somebody for every single move that they take, mostly on creeps, like for last hitting is the easiest, is really important. Got a really solid Q off there. This guy is really uncomfortable. And this guy is so low to the point that he can actually be killed here. It's actually possible to kill this guy. He's at 150 HP. And she went 2 points in a Q here. And he literally gets a kill, like a solo kill. And this guy is Grandmaster on the other side, by the way. Like, it's not like it's just a random player. This isn't like a Smurf game. This is on his main account. That is rank 7. So we'll just speed it up so he heads back. This is more about trading windows, I suppose. I'm not really talking about, like, maybe jungle positioning and why he could trade so aggressively. I mean, Fiddlesticks is flashless, and he has 2 assists, so it is possible that the reason why Showmaker could play so aggressive here is because Fiddlesticks was either top or bot. I wasn't really paying attention to that. I'm more focusing right now on, like, just the micro movements of... By the way... Don't know if you guys noticed that, but Showmaker just used his body to block the cannon, so it actually denied Ruler from getting that cannon minion. Looking for a trade. Auto attacks, juking around all over the place. Gets it. That guy has to flash away, but now he's put himself into a really terrible position here, because, I mean, yeah, if he gets flashed on, the stun is coming back up really soon. This kills them. Not even difficult. If we go to, like, what the wave scenario looked like, Nico needs to shove in this wave all the way, which is why she's using her cooldown so often. Because it's slow pushing towards Syndra here, because of, like, how big it is versus Syndra's, right? So this is going to slow push towards Syndra. So Nico actually needs to fix this wave. Probably should have focused more on... Also, that Q... was bad. I don't know if Showmaker's movement is just so clean to the point that they can't do anything. Also, this guy probably should have just... Okay, Syndra used her stun recently, so what Nico could have done here is just probably have to tank this, possibly, and hopefully not get one shot. I mean, you have Nullifying Orb, and get to this wall to flash over. Because, I mean, flashing over this wall just delays the inevitable. The only way that she can survive here is Fiddlesticks is nearby to save her, I guess. It's literally the only way, and even then it's kind of difficult. So, Basically, why Nico died there is because the wave. She needed to push in the wave. The jungler saw that the wave was being shoved. This is why, if you ever watch my stream, on Twitch, when I'm saying like I really need to like shove in this wave, like I'm in a really bad situation here. It's because the amount of pressure that you have when you don't know where the enemy jungler is and it's slow pushing towards you, it can really make games difficult. We see that he is not hard shoving the wave, so he's actually letting it slow push towards him here. The reason being is because it's actually denying creeps because it's slow pushing still. And now he's looking to zone this guy. So he's pushing up past the creeps to try to zone this guy from even stepping up to try to get any of these. This guy is down a ton of CS, by the way. Walks like in front of the creeps and is just juking every single ability. And I'm pretty sure that's just because, I mean, he has good knowledge of when people are going to throw skill shots. When you're really in the zone and you're really good player, it's quite easy to predict when they're going to be throwing abilities at you, which means that juking becomes like much easier. So she used her Q on the back wave. She's trying to shove out. Syndra's going to match it by pressing Q also on the same part. Syndra is quite out of mana here. I'm guessing she wants to reset. She does have Biscuit proc here. Yeah, I think she might die. One more Q and ult could chunk. It probably wouldn't kill. So Nunu just looked for another gank and I mean, she popped Biscuit to get back mana. Now she really needs to reset. So as soon as she shoves this in, she's probably going to reset here. She has no more biscuits. She's good to go. She's going to back off really far. Some people like stopping you from resetting. Because, I mean, if she stops her, then she's stuck for another wave. And it can really deny a lot of creep. So she went really far back for her reset, which is something that some players have a awful time doing. Just going for the super safe reset. This is super standard build, by the way. I mean, a lot of people are building tier. You start with the Dorans, go into tier, then you go for the Lost Chapter, finish the Lost Chapter item, and then after the Lost Chapter item, you go for the Seraphs. Because the Seraphs, when it's fully completed, gives a lot of AP. Let's go over that short trade. Let's actually try to look at why that trade even happened. Okay, she used Q. Q is down. Unfortunately, we can't see these cinder balls, which is really annoying. I don't know why we can't see these cinder balls on the ground. Like, yeah, I don't know why. I guess it's just a bug with the replay, but there was a cinder ball on the ground. She stepped up to basically position herself around this ball. I don't know why it's bugged and we can't see it, but what if I turn shadows on? Nope, you still can't see it. Well, oh well. That's something you can do once you have like a decent mana pool. Once you get these items. Wow, she's going like Banshee's first item, by the way. Also, top and bot lane are not really doing too hot, especially top lane. Doing a really good job at harassing this guy. The Nico has no boots, so it's really hard for her to dodge things. Still trading super aggressively and walking up towards her. There's a orb here. Yeah, you see every single time that there's like a ball on the ground, the Syndra's always looking for an angle for a stun. The Q cooldown is so short to the point that it's not very difficult to use a ball that was just used. So you put an orb on the ground and then immediately position yourself around it, and if the stun lands, then you can get a good trade-off. You can see that she's stepping up once again. So there's also something really nice about having a ball already on the ground here. Unfortunately, we're going to have to use our brains here because we can't see it, but let's slow it down really hard. So if you look for that initial Q, wait, is this the stun part? God damn it. I went too far. Anyways, there's an orb right here. You guys can't see it. She used this earlier when she first came back into the lane. So when Nico was trying to run away from this Syndra here, when Syndra's like walking up towards this ball, you can see the stun path would be inside this direction where my mouse is going. So basically if Nico tries to run this way, she'll walk into the stun path. So Nico actually is forced onto this side because that's where the stun is going to land. And that's why the Nico's even in this position. So what Syndra does is she just repositions with a different... You can see this is where the stun is, by the way. So basically this route was cut off from the positioning of the ball already. So she just uses a new Q on her. And then she has both paths basically cut off. So she's able to get a really good trade-off here. She might even all-in with one more Q plus ult. Oh, that last Q didn't land. Oh, but she still gets the kill. The guy had no flash. So if we see it all together, there's a ball right here. Hits it. Hits her with the slow. Looks for a Q ulti, thinking this Q is going to land. The Q unfortunately does not land. Stays out of the range just barely. Waits for the shield to go down. No really point of auto-attacking just yet. Okay, looks for an auto. I think she was trying to get the shield. Not the shield, but the shield wasn't going to last that long, but unfortunately it did. Then finished her off with one more Q. And this is just from having one ball on the ground. I mean, she's just snowballing out of control at this point. This is really how you push your advantage when you're playing Syndra. Just constantly having like 1 or 2 orbs on the ground, looking for one stun, following up with a Q, getting them chunked low enough that they can actually be killed, and then following up with just one all-in. That's all it was. I wonder how teamfights are going to go. I mean, because you can see the top lane is not doing very hot. I don't know if either... either Syndra is going to like begin roaming and like joining these fights, or the team just is going to win on their own. So Syndra is starting to rotate down to this fight. It's 4 versus her. Okay, she might be able to catch Thresh here or something, possibly. Renekton came down as well. Really hard looking for this guy. Has cleanse still. Just finish him. Oh, she tried to do the EQ trick there, by the way, but that guy's just dead. Okay, let's go over that play once again. I mean, Renekton TP'd in, which is why it probably went as well as it did. Where's Lucian? Oh, he's chunked from top side. Yeah, so she goes for the fiddlesticks to land the stun here. Doesn't tunnel on this guy because this guy's so low that he's kind of useless. Lands a double stun and immediately goes for the highest prio target, which is basically Aphelios. Gets out of the stun range of that guy. Completely ignores... As soon as she lands the slow here, she flashed over the wall knowing that she can finish this guy off, by the way. If she never landed that slow, she probably never would have flashed over that wall. I mean, that targeting was absolutely ridiculous. To be honest, I'm pretty sure I would have just given the fiddlesticks and just went for the Nico as soon as Blitzcrank landed that hook, but... I mean, if Nico gets hooked here, she has a long way to run back to, so I guess it actually is optimal just to go straight for the fiddlesticks that's going over this wall. And the only reason why she caught fiddlesticks was because she landed the W slow. So as soon as she landed the W slow, she just flashed over and she's going to get more plates here. And now she'll back. I'm guessing she has enough money for Ludens. Yeah, she does. She backs off all the way. Oh, she's not going to back. She's going to stay. Okay. She is looping around, taking raptors now. Nunu's coming mid here, but I don't think this is possible. He's gonna look for a stun, you know? As soon as I see the orb on the ground and her positioning herself around it, like going around the sides, I can tell that she's always looking for these stuns. Oh, you just got baited. Farewell. I mean, that's what happens when you play super aggressive, dude. Versus the fiddlesticks. She is dead. But in return, top died and also he got a plating. So top lane is actually completely fine now. And she'll head back mid. Even though there's a bot side stuff happening, I'm pretty sure she wants to shiv out a wave before doing anything. Her wave is pretty bad here, by the way. I guess she doesn't even care. Nope, she's going for it. Yeah, she completely ignores the pink ward. Sometimes people are like, why are you ignoring that pink ward rather than just like killing it if you're right next to it? And sometimes there's more important things happening on the map. And her wave was really screwed, so she needed to fix it because it wasn't crashing and she would have missed creeps if she went for that ward. Nice harass on this Nico, by the way. Like, she is just constantly pressuring this guy. Landing every single ability, to be honest. She's just dead, isn't she? Yeah, dude. I mean, she's level 11, so level 11 is a huge spike for Syndra, because having level 2 of ulti is humongous. And once again, just looking for the stun. Like, having the orb already on the ground. As soon as Nico steps up a little bit here, she's already prepared. It's just optimal Syndra gameplay. When you're playing Syndra, you want to... During the early game, it's mostly Q spam. You don't really use your... I mean, she didn't even put a point into her W until level 4, so she put 2 points inside of the Q. But as soon as you start getting any type of an advantage, and you start actually having a mana pool that you can spam your abilities, all it is putting a bunch of balls on the ground, looking for a stun, following it up with the Q, chunking them, and then following it up with another one. All she did was use her E twice there, did 2 good trades, and that the second trade got the Nico low enough to be killed. Also, she won Ionian boots. I can go check real fast if she does that every single game on Syndra. She did not do it the other game that they played. When he plays Twisted Fate, he also goes Ionian. He also goes Ionian on Zoe, believe it or not. So I guess Ionian is not too bad. He has some other Syndra games where he doesn't go it though. But he is going it like almost every single game on Zoe, which is kind of interesting. I personally don't really like it. I like the magic pen more than movement speed. She goes side lane. The reason why she's camping this brush is she's waiting for Lucian to try to fix the wave, but it's actually not going to happen, so she'll probably just finish it here. A lot of people will sometimes go for the second wave, so she was actually camping that brush to see if he would come. Because if he did show up and she's already prepping all these Qs in here, just instantly he's dead. Like, there's no way that he would be able to survive. Once again, prepping her Qs inside the brush, just waiting. Deciding that it's not a good idea after all. Is Fiddlesticks missing? I guess Fiddlesticks is missing. When you have blue buff, you can spam your Q, by the way, non-stop. You never have to worry about ever not spamming it. And this is just to prep her balls, you know. She has so many all the time. Lands the stun, kills this guy. Wow. What? Like, she literally just ran mid and just killed him. And also, that player is literally ruler. It's not like it's a bad player. That's literally a professional player, dude. So, I guess she just decided that going top here, there was a window. Like, she just shoved in the top wave. Right after shoving in the top side, she just left. I mean, she did sacrifice something for it, but... Fiddlesticks is trying to kill this guy. That guy flashed. If this was a North American game, I guess people would be spamming Nayram right now. Okay, she got hit by a hook here, but she's fine. There's just no way that they'd get killed. I mean, they collapsed on them. They were really far up trying to pressure. Like, Fiddlesticks is not even here. Like, he has no ulti. He's pretty useless. So I don't know why the enemy team was trying to pressure so hard. Oh my god, that was actually so close. I feel like if that landed, he might have been able to kill. He's gonna look for a stun here. Yeah. Not gonna follow it up though. He doesn't have flash or anything for it. We'll see him reset once again. This guy is up 60 CS, by the way, like 10 CS per minute, doing better than everybody else. Ran straight back mid. There was no reason to, but like the only reason you ever go side lane is to catch a wave. You don't really need to catch a wave here. Let's go over this. The reason why she ran mid. There's a top slow pushing towards the enemy. There's no reason for her to go top lane. If this was slow pushing towards her, then she would probably go top. But because this is slow pushing, somebody's going to catch it, which is pressure. If she ran all the way top here, it'd be a waste of time, because by the time she gets up here, it's already going to be caught probably. And I know that this is like denying creeps from her team basically, because it's slow pushing towards her, but like, it's just not worth it. It's better to go and try to do something with the pressure. So somebody's forced to catch the wave up here, which is the Lucian, right? So because the Lucian is forced to catch the wave, she's going to try to pressure somewhere else. In this case, she's trying to pressure mid lane a little bit. Not going to get much done from it, but she got one auto tech off and took the wave, but there was no reason for her to go top immediately at that time. It's just going to wait for them to catch the wave, and then she's going to rotate afterwards. Will she go all the way? I'm guessing she will. So as soon as Lucian pushed out, then she's going to go and collect it. She's putting down some balls here, probably because she's afraid of Lucian camping this brush, kind of like her camping this brush up here, right? If Lucian gets the first hit on her, there's a possibility that she can get caught out. There's a fight going on bot lane because this Lucian actually TP'd on him, so she's just going to probably shove this in all the way here. There's literally nobody around her. Like we saw Fiddlesticks with bot side, literally nobody else is here. So she's going to shove out this wave. She does not decide to shove it all the way, so this is actually going to crash like right here where there's another minion wave coming. And she wants to take this blue buff, so she wants to contest blue. The ruler is dead because he died to like a mid thing here. She'll just grab this. And then she wants to shove this in all the way, so it crashes probably. So it actually resets. Because it can actually be frozen here, like for a long time if it doesn't get shoved in all the way. She's trying to clear out all these minions real fast. You can see that she's playing very, very safe, right? She is quite deep inside enemy territory where a lot of people can collapse on her. That's why she's playing so far back here. She just wants the wave and then she's gone. As soon as the wave is shoved in all the way, she's good to go. She gonna look for a loop play? No? Is back? No? Okay. I mean, she doesn't have money to buy anything, so that's probably why she's like, oh shit, I mean, no reason to reset, really. So she'll just go collect the wave again. Once again, backs off. She has no idea where Fiddlesticks is, so it's just too risky to pressure. It's too risky to pressure. If she was to pressure here, it'd be really bad because she can throw the game if Fiddlesticks is there. He has a little bit of a shutdown. She's gonna go group with her support here, it looks like. This is something that you do for vision control. Oh, okay. Just took that away from Blitzcrank. After you shove a wave, you just immediately leave to go group with your team. Because you got the pressure by shoving it faster than the opponent, and you can go get vision control with your team. It's better than going to get vision control by yourself. Now, this is probably done on purpose. Yep, probably. So what's happening here is that Nunu is somebody who can solo Baron quite easily. Not solo, but like tank it quite easily, and he's having her duo it. The reason why she's pressuring so hard mid here is to make them feel uncomfortable about, or like make them not really think about the Baron too much. They're like, oh, Syndra's here, Renekton's here, Blitzcrank here. The chances of them doing this Baron are quite slim. So there's a reason behind her not helping her team here with the Baron. The reason being is to try to make it so the enemy team is like, kind of wary. They're like, they might not be on it. They could have just reset, and they're not going to check it. So she's really hard pressuring to try to force these guys more so to maybe do a team fight here more than anything else. Also, if this Fiddlesticks thing landed, she still had cleanse, so she probably would have been okay, but Fiddlesticks was looking for a play. I mean, these guys have really good vision control down to make sure that they have nothing, and there's just not much that they can do. Oh, really nice job there. Also, Horizon Focus was buffed, so maybe that's why she's building it here. I mean, it is quite easy to land a Syndra stun on people, so you can proc it, and it does increase the damage. But it was buffed, so it has 115 AP versus 100 now, so maybe we'll see more champions starting to build this item because of that. Okay, she's just gonna go for the Phelios, I guess. I mean, Her whole entire team is fighting here, but yeah, looking for the Aphelios, lands the stun and just kills them. I mean, her team kind of just popped off there, and she was just kind of doing her own thing. I think the game is probably over pretty soon. After that snowball, yeah, I think they just FF'd. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary about Syndra, looking at what she tries to do for laning trades and why she's able to basically be the best solo queue mid laner in Korea, because she literally is the highest ranking person, and the amount of pressure that she puts on the opponent and the things that she can do with her leads is just insane. Didn't really make that many mistakes. She made one mistake mid lane, and then from then on she didn't really make any mistakes that got her caught out by any of these players, including getting picks on like some really good targets, you know, getting picks on like Aphelios and stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary of the Showmaker commentary. Let me know if there's anything that you'd like to see to improve the commentary, or anybody else that you know of that you would like to see that you want me to do a commentary over. It's not very easy to find people. You know, I like literally search up like best Zoe world, like China or Korea, but like I can't find anything. So if you guys know of anybody to watch, just let me know. Doing these type of commentaries are pretty useful for people to understand the super small mechanics that are going into the gameplay. And anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it once again, and I will see you guys next time.